cited by many as critical. It's one of the reasons he's a heavy favorite to win the fight. Tail of the tape for Manny Pacquiao against Juan Manuel Marquez.
Cerveza con carácter. AT&T. Get it faster with Ford Paco Barcarcel. The three judges at ringside scoring this bout will be Robert. Sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Chairman Skip Avancino, Executive Director Keith Kaiser. In charge of the action, referee Tony Weeks. And now, for the 1,000 pounds, his professional record, 53 victories, including 32 pounds. His professional record, 53 victories, including 39.
But in their first two fights, their heads only came together once. Then Marquez. Marquez looks to counter with power shots.
Manny's fighting very, very intelligent.
Has either been charged with a foul. Pacquiao starting behind his...
He doesn't get counterpunched so easily. He looks very, very strong. It seems to be just...
Theorized the possibility that Pacquiao might throw a wrinkle into this by laying back a little bit in the early rounds and making Marquez lead so that
he seems to be better balanced.
Marquez tries the jab, just a little bit short. Out of the fight, a left hand straight up the middle on Marquez's chest. And now Pacquiao again reaches Marquez with the left this time. All I can say to that is, imagine that.
He looks good.
Shots for Marquez.
Manny looks very fast, very well coordinated.
Juan Manuel Marquez, that came from the Pacquiao left hand.
That is what is going to be a signature punch in this fight here, and I'm looking at the...
Pacquiao just missing over the top with the left hand.
These guys have fought 24 rounds, and right now there's a lot of respect between both of these guys, and Manny seems to be just a little bit faster, but...
The red mark on Marquez's nose. To go with all that intensity. Both fighters are still being tactical and relatively cautious.
A very balanced out fighter there. I love his speed, his defense is good, his balance is phenomenal. He looks very strong.
First fight, the development of Manny Pacquiao's right hand. He was a searching left-hand puncher, double jab, left hand, double...
Still gave him all the problems in the world in the second fight.
Trying to create some action here, trying to scare up something that he can counter from Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao's been very judicious, very... Pacquiao leaned in, Marquez got in a body. Marquez getting ready to take a couple more risks.
Pacquiao knows while he has a guy in front of him who's his own size or maybe even smaller, he's also his own skill level.
An exchange.
Marquez has did his homework on studying the left hand of Manny Pacquiao after two fights in 24 rounds. You see?
And he saw him there trying to counter over Manny's left hand with his right hand, something he did so successfully in the first fight between the two.
Mentally, just trying to keep up with his body rhythm.
Fast on his feet.
This is the thing that I think is more troublesome than anything. It's a sets him out aside from his punching power. His
fast on his feet.
This is the thing I think is more troublesome than anything. It's a sets him out aside from his punching power. His
round is another thing we saw in the first two fights. Left hand over the top for Pacquiao. Harold Letterman gave the second round.
little bit faster than Marquez, and that was in addition to him looking physically stronger. But his speed is just so much, even though Marquez...
Offense. He's muted his own offense.
Has landed a right hand down the chute. Pacquiao came back with a left hand up the middle.
Manny Pacquiao knows he has to be defensively.
Pacquiao making Marquez miss, but not firing back. Down just a tiny bit.
These have been so far 3 of the quietest rounds these two have fought.
Small amount of combustion there. Little body shot for Marquez. Left hand over the top for
Is enough to win a fight. He backs up. He does nothing flashy. You know what he does is very...
First 2 fights. I hit you, you come and try to hit me back.
Manny Pacquiao, because of the fact that he's the effective aggressor and he looks better doing it. 29-20.
Thinks himself a little bit that he can impose his speed on Marquez.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing, a lot of speed. I mean, Marquez punch a lot and get out of position, but he's very, very conscientious of getting out of balance in this fight. So he's punching to get back in position right away.
Begins to land solidly with a left and a right upstairs. Another left hand. Slight swelling. Best punches of the fight have been a couple of Pacquiao left hands in the first round and a Pacquiao right hook into this right. I was about to say a little while ago, one of the reasons that we often see free-flowing action from them is that Pacquiao, but he's also a great attacker. Everything that happens generally gets answered and then answered back. Marquez must be careful when reaching for those low body shots that Pacquiao... Challenge for the 38-year-old Juan Manuel Marquez, fighting at a weight class far above what he's accustomed to, trying to keep up with the speed of Pacquiao.
Now, paying a lot of time now with the full knockout power, but shooting it almost like a fast jab just to change up his attack.
Who's far more accustomed to this weight. Good left hand by Pacquiao. Marquez lands. Defensive fighter than was the case 8 years ago. Marquez landing easily from outside then. Now Pacquiao comes back, answering, firing his double jab left waist at a slower pace than the second of their fights. Uppercut from Marquez. Right hand over the top for Marquez.
Most dominant round of the fight so far, authored by Marquez.
And he is loosening up and gathering confidence.
But this is what makes the type of fight that these guys can do. When one guy gets hit, the other guy automatically runs back right away.
Pacquiao landed a right hook. Judging by the chants, the crowd's about 50-50. Sneaking it in across the top of Pacquiao's right hand. Marquez blocking Pacquiao's left there. Body shot by Marquez. Drives irrational in terms of judging. Pacquiao landed a right hook. Marquez countering off the ropes.
Marquez looked like a 9-1 underdog to you guys.
Not even close. Those odds were absurd. Let's see how high the fire builds.
We're picking up where we left off with the last two fights now.
Absolutely right. These last two rounds have been round 13 and 14.
Other guy, and it seems like they've decided there's no way around this. We got to duke it out.
Absolutely. Two fighters.
I don't think anyone won that first round. Nothing much happened.
But the Nevada State Athletic Commission.
Aggressiveness and a hard left hand of Manny Pacquiao. I like when he fights it. I like when he throws a punch and he steps to his side. That's impressive.
Marquez. Pacquiao getting his chin checked once again.
Not that it was necessarily even, but it may not have been to Pacquiao either.
Thing happened with scores of 115, 112.
I don't know what the punch output has been in the first two fights, but these guys are fighting much.
Well, the difficulty of scoring fights between the two of them is bespoken by the divergent scores of both of the first two fights. Two fighters.
But they're punching more for accuracy now. Each guy's trying to make sure he doesn't make a mistake and leave himself open to get counterpunch.
Body shot by Marquez. Those punches score. Good left upstairs by Pacquiao. It's extraordinary.
Yeah, he's really placing. Even though Manny maybe went, I'm not spoken that to the crowd. The most important thing to me is
Marquez makes another stand in the center of the ring. There's that left-hand body shot again. You wonder when Pacquiao's going to be able to counter over the top places while Marquez was standing still. There's another amazing piece of footwork as he lands a shot and goes by Marquez to a place where
Marquez.
This is you about Pacquiao. He said easily the footwork. I've never seen an athlete in any other sport who could get to so many places so fast. 31, Marquez 11 out of 21. You saw between rounds that Manny Pacquiao is bleeding.
Pacquiao, since the last time Marquez fought him, he has just smoked everyone he's faced.
Oddly shaped right hand shot by Pacquiao that landed. There's Marquez coming back with his conventional straight right cross over the top.
So he doesn't try to match him in those other areas. He just takes his time and places his punches very effective. Just like that.
Cut by Marquez speed. Marquez can't match
Marquez. But he takes his time, he's all...
And fighting at a weight which many felt would severely debilitate him in the fight. Juan Manuel Marquez is giving as good as he's getting.
Pacquiao hasn't fought another great fighter who still had it since the last time he was in with Marquez, and obvious.
Left hand over the top by Manny.
And Marquez comes right back with a shot in.
Most memorable punches in this fight that have landed so far.
Assuring himself by running to a side at an angle after he lands the left. Right hand by Marquez again.
It's a lot of excitement, just his body rhythm. And so I can easily see, in addition to his punching power, why judges get influenced by it, because he's always moving, jiggling.
That was on the back of the head, and Pacquiao shows referee Tony Weeks that it was on the back of the head. It shouldn't be seen as a scoring blow. Judging panel from those who judged the first two fights between them. Now Pacquiao blocks another shot with his gloves and steps up to look to answer back because Marquez had too good at landing more combinations than Manny does at this moment. Pacquiao starting to rely a little bit more on his right hook. Hard right hand down the middle by Marquez, hard left hand. Backs Marquez off. Stop, stop, stop. Marquez off balance. Here's Marquez with a counter shot.
I agree with you, Emmanuel. Yes. Marquez landed some signature shots, but Manny outworked him.
Copy box number.
You look at effective aggressiveness, you look at defense, you look at ring generalship. What I talked about, what Jim talked about early on, was
Minute through 9.
Okay, Jim, I've got it. 87-84, 6 rounds to 3. Manny Pacquiao. I want to answer Emmanuel's question. Manny Pacquiao is the aggressor by a mile. Defense. Marquez is swelling. Manny's not. 6-3.
He scored the first fight 115-110 for Pacquiao. He scored the second fight 115-112 for Pacquiao. If you were scouting judges, you would say, oh, Letterman prefers the Pacquiao style. But nevertheless, he's a very, very good scorer, and other judges would do well to emulate it. Would say, oh, Letterman prefers the Pacquiao style. But nevertheless, he's a very judges would do well to emulate. I got butted. There's blood on Pacquiao's face. I'm not certain. Meanwhile, there's combustion again between these two guys in the tent. Marquez backs Pacquiao off to the right hand and does it. Pacquiao's cut. Pacquiao's got a cut above his right eye. Pacquiao is trying to motion to the referee that...
It's funny right now, Marquez should be being more aggressive. He seems to have managed this.
And he finished the second fight with blood on his face. Little right hand shot. As a result of that, Harold Letterman gives Pacquiao a key round, which on the Letterman scoring of the first two fights, based on the way they match up with each other.
I'd be surprised if at least one of the judges has it tighter than Harold. Maybe.
Body shot by Pacquiao. You wonder if Marquez had a bit more trouble getting from here to the finish line, maybe pacing himself a tiny bit.
Manny looks so...
Like Marquez, you're winning. You're winning the fight. That could be influencing.
Pressure much faster.
Marquez is 38, Pacquiao's 32.
Our interpreter, Jerry Olaya, make a hard right hand by Pacquiao as Marquez runs forward. Big left and a right by Marquez.
Gone either way.
Pacquiao needs to answer back. Well, Harold has Pacquiao up by 4 rounds, so if you take two, open to interpretation, it could be scored differently by different judges. Right hand shot. Winning the fight.
And he's fighting that way also. It's a big difference between doing much better than what the crowd...
This is extremely dangerous because of the hand speed, as he found out in their first two fights. And so in a way, he has to take
this right hook. Got in another right hook, but Marquez tagged him with a left on the forehead. Pacquiao's cut. This confident that Marquez is winning the fight. Perhaps he hasn't observed over the last 10 years. Flanagan. Volume punching is the single biggest factor in the sport in winning fights on the scorecards. Incidentally, 12th round knockout of a close fight. Obviously, he believes what Berestein has told him. Pacquiao blocked.
Never tell you guy that he's winning. I mean, I don't care regardless of what he's doing. Maybe better than anyone expected, and maybe there is a little blood.
Now he's winning. He told Pacquiao to go out and fight.
sometime during the later rounds in the Thrilla in Manila.
Counter punches. All he's waiting on him to come in and mess with the straight left.
The round is on the table. The fighter
lied to you, champ. They lied. Anyone who told Pacquiao Marquez was finished, they obviously lied.
But the facial expression of Manny is very, very... Marquez comes right back and counters him.
That's what's called counterpunching.
And a potential $100 million in May.
Marquez has backed off in the 12th round. Pacquiao only needs... Well, given what Nacho Berestein was telling Juan Manuel Marquez...